This is the Streamlight Sidewinder military flashlight. Let's check it out. The first thing you'll notice is the shape is pretty unique. It's kind of got a slab shape going on. It's got these ridges all over it to help you get a good grip on it. On the back, we have a clip that can clip onto your gear, your molly, stuff like that. The head of the light can adjust in either direction. If you have this clipped onto yourself, you can angle it forward and see where you're walking, using it as a utility light like that. It's a very versatile light. You can use it for a lot of different things and mount it many different ways and have the ability to angle it wherever you want it to be. At the back, we have the cap. You can see Streamlight's name, the Sidewinder. You can unscrew this and it won't come unscrewed easily because it is protected by these ledges here. We unscrew that and you can see the rubber gasket keeping the water out. We can take that off. The cap is tethered, so you won't lose it easily. It's a really nice addition. And it takes 2 AA batteries, which is really nice. Easily sourced batteries to keep the light going. Screw that back up. You also notice the button over here, and there's some lettering on it. You got W, red, IR, and B. So with W, you press that in and you get white light. It turns on. W means white. It's not a lot of output. It's about 5 lumens, I think. I think you get a runtime of around 100 hours with this setting. You can hold the button down and it brightens it up a little bit. You can hold it down again, it gets a little bit brighter, and one more time. It gets to, the high mode is about 55 lumens, and that is going to eat into your runtime a bit, but if you need a little bit extra light, you can do that. Now, if you hold it down, it'll go back down, or you can turn it off and it defaults back to the low setting. And that is the white light. But you'll notice there are some other lenses in there. That's where this rotating bezel comes into play. We'll switch it over to red real quick. So you pull this up and you rotate it until the R locks into place. And now when you turn it on, it outputs red light. Hold it down and it gets brighter. The red is useful for certain applications and you can switch it very easily. You also get IR, which is infrared light. So this light has the ability to put out infrared light. It is on right now. As you can see, if I switch it, the red comes on. So the camera cannot see right now. It is not picking up on it, and you also cannot see this with the naked eye. What you're seeing right now is footage of a security camera that can pick up infrared light, and this is me walking around the yard with the infrared light on. So I can't actually see this with the naked eye. It's just dark for me, but on the camera that can pick up the infrared light, you can see the infrared. You can see the output of the infrared light. Now, something that I'm a bit disappointed in is this flashlight. When I got it, it was working fine. But if we switch to the blue, one of these is supposed to be a blue light, and when I turn it on, there's nothing. You can see the light is on because it changes to white light, but when I rotate it to the blue, it doesn't work. It worked when I got it, and it output blue light. Literally just the other day, it stopped working. I was just turning the light on. I was switching through the settings, just going over what I would say in the video, and it literally just stopped working. And it's pretty annoying. You know, I did not expect, Streamlight product like that to fail just so easily. I turned it on and it went right off. So it's either a problem with the emitter or there's a bad connection somewhere, but the blue does not work on mine anymore. All the other ones work except the blue. So I'm pretty disappointed in that. I probably wouldn't use blue that often, but it's part of the light and part of it failed. Not a good sign. It doesn't really give me the most confidence for this flashlight for the future. Another feature this light has, if you double click the button, it goes into a beacon mode, which will flash to use for signaling. And this works in all the modes, white, red, blue, even though, like I said, my blue doesn't work, but if it did, it would be flashing. And infrared, which again, you're not gonna be able to see with the camera, but if we go back to this security camera, you could see that I have beacon mode set, I have it flashing, and you can pick up on it, even though I cannot see this with the naked eye. If you needed a signal with infrared light, this can do that. This light is not a really high output light, but that's not really what it's meant to be. It's meant to just be a utility light that you can use to get things done close by. It's not going to be a high output light. Now, as far as the price goes, they go for around 60 bucks. I managed to acquire this one from an eBay surplus seller, and I'm thinking maybe that's why the blue stopped working. The seller said they most likely never saw use in the field, judging by their conditions, and I tend to agree with that. When I got it, it seemed like it was brand new and never used. I mean, the clip itself doesn't have any markings on it, and usually that's the first thing to show signs of wear. I managed to pick this up from the eBay seller. It was selling a large lot of them. Managed to pick it up for about $27 before tax and shipping, so a little over $30 after all that. And I thought that was a great price because I was looking at these in the past and they did pique my interest, but I didn't want to pay 60 bucks, but for 30, I was willing to try it out. And it's a cool light, but I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed that the blue light does not work anymore. And it makes me think, you know, what's stopping the other lights from failing, you know? If the blue just stopped working on its own, literally just turning it on and changing the brightness, and all of a sudden it died, you know, if that's going to happen to the blue light, how do I know that's not going to happen to the other emitters? So I definitely don't quite have the confidence in this thing that I did initially, and that's my experience with it. Otherwise, it's kind of a cool light, but, you know, that's my experience. So that's all I got for today. This is the Streamlight Sidewinder. Thanks for checking it out.